Hi, everyone. My name is Matt Haynes. I'm an audiobook narrator and a teacher of narration.
And I'm Trenton Bennett. I am also an audiobook narrator.
And we are here to give you different tips for those of you who are new to the profession, those of you who are very familiar to the profession, those of you who are profession curious and are wondering what's involved in this stuff. These are tips that we've come up with as we go along our journey, and we think it's just helpful bits and pieces to pass along for those of you who are interested in narrating audiobooks, or those of you who are students of narration at this point. So, Trenton has once again turned my skin green with envy because he has gone to yet another conference and has come back with tremendous insight. So we'll start with Trent. Trent, tell us what you are coming away with to share this week.
I attended an audiobook narrator retreat in New England last week. It was fantastic. I had a chance to both be with coaches and my fellow narrators and with publishers. And it was a valuable experience on multiple levels. But the first one I want to mention is that when you're with all of the other people in this business, you start to understand how important it is to build those relationships. Building those relationships can mean a lot to you, not only because your coaches can provide you guidance, your peers can help you feel like you're not alone, and they can kind of guide you, give you advice, or you can share stories to learn from each other. And of course, being able to speak with publishers is also very important because you can help not only hear what they need, but think about ways you can help them as a narrator because you're in service to your customer, the publisher, the rights holder.
You know what strikes me about this, Trenton, is um, it all circles back. I think essentially, I think every human desire circles back to relationships with other humans to a certain extent. Um, And I mean, even when I think about, okay, what's the point of doing what I do? Well, it's so that I have a relationship to my audience, so that I have a relationship to the craft, which is my form of relating to people as well. You know, I'm drawn to relating to people through storytelling. Um, so the idea of the whole reason why we do what we do is to build relationships. So if we actually go directly to that as the starting point, that's a really, really healthy starting point because it takes us to the end point full circle. Now, in between, there's the craft of narrating, there's the money element of narrating to make it a self sustaining career. There's all the marketing things that go with narrating so that you can get to doing the craft, to get to doing the income, to get to a self-sustaining career. But what's the whole point of the self-sustaining career? Well, it's to build relationships, or as the best, most enjoyable vehicle that I have, which is, yeah, through storytelling. So it's something that I sometimes lose sight on. I think about the book, the job, the career, the book, job, career, book, job, career. It's like, yeah, those are important, but there's a relationship sandwich, right?
Mm-hmm.
So isn't that wonderful? And what are some of the benefits that you've experienced when you connect with people?
The first part is that you really start to realize that, as I mentioned earlier, you're not alone. But the other part of it is you start to fall in love with the business again because you hear everybody doing the same things you do. You feel more energized by their success. But the second factor to me that has really kind of blown me away is that I've learned that whenever I am around creative people, other people in our profession who have the same passions and interests, but we all come from different backgrounds. Some are writers who decided to get into reading. Some are stage actors who wanted to get performative with their narration. Some are people who did regular voiceover in other disciplines and wanted to get into long form narration. But all that creativity can really be energizing. You can come away from any sort of a get together with your peers with a feeling of encouragement, positivity, and a lot of energy, a bias for action, really. But then the last bit is it does help to have someone else to talk to because you get out of your own head, as you say. You get in that cycle of just book and repeat, and you forget that the sandwich also needs meat, but you got to have the bread and the other stuff, all the magical things that go into it. And part of that is your interactions with other people and your understanding that this is a business, a process, and a passion.
Mm. Business, process, passion. And of course, as actors, which is the thing that would drive a character to do what they do most likely and be an actor's focus? The passion.
Yes.
So, with that, thank you all so much for joining us. And as your narrators and as your people to have relationships with, I hope that our voices in your ears meet again real soon.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.